The purpose of my speech is not to tell you which is right or wrong, but to inform you on the advantages and disadvantages of attending a big or small school. Whether you are attending a high school, college, or something alternative, there has to be some sort of classification as to whether you are going to a big or a small school. Also, you probably know somebody who is attending the opposite of your school size. So with that mindset, I'm assuming we all sort of have a feel for the bigger and smaller school aspects. Either way, both of these classifications have advantages and disadvantages. To start the discussion, I will first talk about the disadvantages of attending a small school. 1. Having less students usually means less opportunities. This includes less social activities, less sports, and less academic programs, and fewer people that you can interact with and become friends with. There's a quote that comes from a paper written by Svenik Fisk entitled Advantages and Disadvantages of Attending a Small School. It says, one transferred out because she felt stranded on the weekends. Another transferred because she did not like the fact that she was taking the same classes with the same professors over and over again. He was talking about a friend he knows who is explaining the disadvantages of attending a small college. On the other hand, the advantages of attending a small school include a closer relationship with your teachers and peers. Having less students means that you are available to more one-on-one time with your teachers, which usually results in better understanding of that teacher's school topic. Also, smaller schools usually means that most everyone knows everyone and most people are friends with each other rather than having a variety of cliques. This next quote comes from an essay written by a Harvard student entitled, What's So Big About Small Schools? It reads, small schools are often characterized by personalized attention, curriculum integration, and specialization, relational trust and respect, and a student's sense of belonging. Even though smaller schools usually have less opportunities, you are still available to most everything that a bigger school offers. You just have to find it on your own or through another school. Some people might go to a different school to play sports because their school does not offer it, or some people might go to a traveling league. In the end, a smaller school means that you feel like you have a big family at school, and you develop a close personal relationship with mostly everybody, and you usually even know your teachers outside of school. This chart that I printed off it shows that there is an increase in smaller schools from the years 2004 to 2014 and a decrease in larger schools or class sizes. I think that this shows that there has to be some sort of good thing happening from smaller schools. Now I will talk about the disadvantages of attending a big school. A bigger school means more students and less one-on-one time. Having hundreds of students makes it to where you are constantly seeing people you do not know, and you don't have the same close-knit feeling that you will usually get with a smaller school. My next slide shows examples of large classrooms. You can easily see that in these classrooms, the students are wider apart, you are more likely to be farther away from the teacher than closer, and maybe even not see a screen as well for somebody who has eye problems. There are many disadvantages going to being in a large classroom, and it involves just less interaction. A bigger school also means more competition when it comes to groups, social activities, and sports. When there are more students, you are less likely to get on a team, a group, or a club because there are more people who want what you want. Not that it's impossible, it is just a lot harder. Despite the disadvantages, there are many advantages of going to a big school. One advantage is that there is usually more academic and athletic programs. As Nick Kurtz said in Matt Silich's essay, bigger schools, bigger opportunities. The more resources you have, the more you can learn and the more opportunities you have. That quote was basically saying that the smaller schools do not offer as many things as a big school would. The smaller the school, the less academic teams, the less athletic teams, and the less clubs you have. My school, for instance, does not have a soccer, tennis, or lacrosse team. If a student wants to join one of these teams, they have to go to a different school or go to a traveling league. Whereas in a bigger school such as Owasso High School, these sports teams are available firsthand. There are also more of a variety of clubs like chess club, science club, and knitting club. That is not always available when there are a smaller number of students. After all this information, it is easy to understand that both bigger and smaller schools have multiple advantages and disadvantages. I believe that is entirely dependable on yourself to choose whether you like big or small schools more. I do not think that there is a right or wrong answer to which one you would choose because it is a personal opinion. Thank you.